wondered why oil always floats on water, no matter how hard you try to mix them? Today, we are not just going to see it, we are going to prove it with science, using a colorful density tower and some everyday objects. And by the end of this video, you will understand how this simple experiment explains something much bigger, real life oil spills in our ocean. Let's build our density tower step by step. First, we pour in honey, thick, heavy, and golden. Next comes liquid soap, then water with a bit of food coloring to make it visible. And finally, vegetable oil on top. Watch closely. Each liquid forms its own separate layer. No mixing, no blending, just perfect stacking. Why does this happen? It's because of something called density. Density simply means how heavy something is for its size. Honey is the most dense, so it sinks to the bottom. Oil is the least dense, so it stays on top. The others settle in between. So instead of mixing, they arrange themselves like layers in a cake, from heaviest to lightest. Now let's make things more interesting. We'll drop different objects into the tower and see where they land. Now let's try a metal keychain. And down it goes, straight through every layer until it reaches the bottom. That's because metal is much denser than all the liquids combined. Next, watch a tomato. It sinks past the oil, slows down, and then stops in the middle. This means its density is between the liquids, not too light, not too heavy. Another one is a ping pong ball. Drop it in. It flows right at the top. That's because it's filled with air and is less dense than all the liquids. Now, here is where things get really interesting. This simple experiment explains something we'll see in the real world: oil spills in ocean. When oil spills into the ocean, it behaves exactly like the oil in our density tower. It floats on top of the water. Why? Because oil is less dense than water, just like in our experiment. Imagine this tower is the ocean. The water layer represents the sea. The oil layer represents spilled crude oil. Just like air, the water refuses to sink. Instead, it spreads across the surface, forming a thin layer, and that creates serious problems. It blocks sunlight from reaching marine plants. It harms fish and sea animals. It sticks to birds' feathers, making it hard for them to fly. And it pollutes entire ecosystem. All because oil stays on top. Even if waves crash and mix things up, the oil still rises back to the surface because density always wins. Oil spills are tough to clean because oil always floats back up. However, with the right tools, it can be managed. Oil can be scooped or treated with a special oil spill dispersant like Pome Persant 502. At Attainables, we produce a high-quality dispersant that help break oil into tiny droplets, allowing it to mix with water and break down more quickly. If you want to learn more about our products, check out the link in the description to visit the Attainables website. So next time you see oil floating on water, remember this experiment: a simple tower of liquids explaining a powerful real-world problem. If you enjoyed this experiment, try it yourself at home or in class. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who loves science. Because science isn't just in the lab, it's happening all around us.